Sun Salutation C. Inhale, bend your knees. Lift your arms up, look at your thumbs. Take a quick peek down to make sure you can see your toes. Then back up to your thumbs. Inhale, we'll be here for 3. Exhale. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Inhale, interlace your fingers. Press your palms away from one another. Bend your knees deep so that you try to get your chest onto your thighs for a halfway chair. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And exhale, bring your hands to the mat. You have 2 options here. The first is to come into Malasana. So you bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat, squat down low, keep your spine elongated, hands into prayer position. You can use your arms to push your legs away from one another and pull your chest through. You can also use a block to sit on if this is too much for you. If you'd like to come into Bakasana, crow pose, bring your hands onto the mat. Come up onto your toes so that your knees come as high onto your triceps as you can. Shift your weight forward. Round out your spine so that you're pushing your hands into the mat. Lift one leg up. Lift the other leg up, or bring both feet up and try to reach your heels towards your butt. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1. You can jump back into Chaturanga or simply bring your feet down onto the mat and step back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the right side. Inhale, step your right foot through, spin your back heel down, square your hips towards the front of your space, and reach your arms high. Be here for inhale. Exhale, open up your hips. Bring your feet into one line. Keep your knee bent over your ankle. Reach your arms away from one another into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Try to open up your chest to the side of your mat and look towards the front of your space. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Step your back foot in. We're going to come into Trikonasana triangle pose. You can bring a block handy if you'd like some added support. Bend at your front hip crease. Reach your right hand down. Left hand reaches up. You can use a block underneath your right hand for added support. Try to open up your chest and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your left hand down onto the mat. Release the block, but keep it handy. And bring your right hand down onto the mat. Step your back foot in. Feet are now on opposite lines. Hips are squared towards the front of your mat. And bring your chest and your back parallel to the mat in a straight line. You can stay here, or you can reach your right arm up into revolved triangle. You can use a block here to bring underneath your left hand for a little more leverage. Be here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Try to keep your hips square to the front of your space by pulling pulling your right hip back, your front hip or your left hip forward. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the mat, remove the block. Step your left foot back so that it's in line with your right foot. Rise up into warrior two for just a moment. Then exhale, bring your right elbow onto your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and over your head for extended side angle. If you'd like to, you can bring your hand onto the mat, or just keep your right elbow onto your right thigh. Inhale, exhale. Reach through your left side body. Inhale, spin your back heel off the mat. Hips are squared towards the front of your space. Your feet are on parallel lines. Reach your arms up. Come into prayer position. And then twist to the right on your exhale for revolve side angle. Really use your left elbow to leverage your right leg so that your hands come to your heart and your chest opens up. Inhale. Exhale. If you'd like, you can bring your back knee down onto the mat. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands on either side of your right foot. Step your right foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to come into dolphin, so come onto all fours. If Pincha Mayurasana is in your practice, feel free to do so. However, that is something I'm still working on, so I'm not going to teach it today. But we are going to come into dolphin. So place your elbows onto the mat, parallel towards one another, so that your hands look like they're making the shape of an 11. And just like we did with downward facing dog, we're going to tuck our toes under, lift our hips high, and shift our shoulders over our elbows. Gaze is towards the back of your space. Really push your elbows into the mat. This feels good. Start to walk your feet in. We'll be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you can do it. 1. Bring your knees down. We'll come into just a quick child's pose before we do the left side. Okay, come back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, spin your back heel down. Hips are squared to the front of your space. Rise up into warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Exhale, feet come into one line. Open up your hips. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Step your back foot in. Fold at your left hip crease. Reach your left hand down. Right hand comes up. Open up your chest. Again, you can use a block if you'd like underneath your left hand. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your right hand down. Left hand on the other side of your left foot. Step your back heel in. Feet are on separate lines. Square your hips towards the front of your space. You can use a block underneath your right hand, or you can keep your right hand on the ground. And lift your left hand up. into revolve triangle. Keep your hips squared by reaching your left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Move the block. Step back, feet in one line. Reach up into warrior two. Exhale, left elbow comes onto left thigh. Reach your arm up and over your head. Really elongate your right side body. Option to bring your left hand down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, spin your back heel off the mat. Square your hips towards the front of your space. Reach up and come into prayer pose. Twist your left. Right elbow comes onto left thigh. Again, try to use your right elbow as leverage to push your chest open and bring your hands towards your heart. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands on either side. Your left foot, step your left foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you have two options here. If it's in your practice, you can do the swoosh. So you bend your elbows and push your hands away from the mat so that you push your body towards the back of your space. Or you can simply just walk your hands back to meet your feet.